Guys, I've done it. I've finally found single-packed mini racers. My character arc is finally complete. I can move on now. Sort of. If you guys know me, then you know that unfortunately, although they used to sell mini racer blind bags, my stores no longer carry them. So I have not been able to get any of the blind box or blind bag mini racers since 2018. Just the area I live in doesn't have any stores that sell the mini racers as singles. I used to be able to get them as at Barnes & Noble, but they stopped carrying them, unfortunately. And I've been looking at different stores for them ever since. But then, this past weekend, I went to a local toy store, pretty small place. Because of that, I didn't film in it for my hunt video. Just a very small, crowded local place with a bunch of random toys. And they had a whole peg full of these single-carded mini racers. Now, I don't know the full story of how these were released. I'm not sure where you could find them. I'm not sure when. I know that they sell them in certain areas, I think instead of the blind boxes, or maybe in addition to them. But compared to the blind boxes where you can't see who's in the box, although of course you can use codes to figure out who it is. These guys, of course, are individually packed. They're like on the 3-pack packaging, but they only contain one card. You can see at the local toy store I got them at, they were $3 each, which is about $1 more than a single mini racer goes for. So, you know, it's fine. It's just a little bit more than usual. Although they had a whole peg of them, the only ones I didn't have, unfortunately, were Hollis and J.D. McPillar. Two pretty generic next gens, but ones that I'm pretty glad to have anyway. Any new mini racers in my collection are ones that I'm very glad to have, especially ones on single packs here. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the mini racers of H.J. Hollis and J.D. McPillar from, I believe, the 2020 mini racers line. Again, they are, of course, part of the single-carded line. Again, I don't really know how the single-carded mini racers work. I know not all minis are released on cards. Yeah, I don't really know how that works. I wish I knew a bit more, but since they don't carry them in my area, I'm not really on top of that sort of thing. You can see they're definitely pretty cheaply put together. We don't even have colored in cardboard on the back. They're just meant to be cheap little products. Of course, the mini racers are the same as always. It's just, you know, the packaging is pretty cheap and generic. You can see it says H.J. Hollis and J.D. McPillar. The back is completely jam-packed with legal stuff, with the exception of the RSN logo, the Cars logo, and the characters themselves. So you can't see any of the other minis that are out. While these are the only two that I have, or that I didn't have that the store had, they also had, I believe, 2 Dynaco Chick Hicks, a Buck Bearingley, and a Rusty's Cruise. This, like I said, it's a local toy store. It's one of those stores where they sort of have different stuff every time you go there. Like last time I was there back in July, they did have regular Cars diecast singles. Now they only had these. Do need to start checking back there more frequently, though. If they had these one time, hopefully they will continue to sell them. And who knows, maybe I could get some more recent minis. It's unfortunate that these guys aren't from 2021. They're from last year, so they're not the newest minis, but again, they're still ones that I didn't already have. Now, we'll start by taking a look at HJ. Ironic, I got HJ and JD, the two next gens who go by their initials, which is pretty funny. But H.J. Hollis, his mini racer is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting history behind it, since he was first released as a first look car in a 15-pack alongside Sterling at a time where they really weren't making new next-gen mini racers. In 2017, they made Jackson, Tim Treadless, and Danny, and then they just made a bunch of variants of them for the next few years, until, I believe, 2019 when they did HJ, and then at the end of the year, when they switched over to doing the mini boxes, they really went all out and started making a bunch of different next gens, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I remember HJ being pretty odd to me when he first came out, since, yeah, he was made at a time where they really didn't do all that many new next gens, so he was really nice to see. I do already have a variant of HJ. A snow variant of him was included with last year's advent calendar, which was definitely an interesting choice, but very glad to have him. You know, I went months and months only having the snowy version, and now I finally have the normal one. But yeah, you can see pretty similar to the snowy one. The only difference with the snowy one is just the snow added onto it. Pretty similar to his normal diecast with that nice light green Actually a much lighter green than that of his 155 scale diecast, and a much darker green on the N2O Cola logo. They're doing pretty similar eye expressions, although of course the pupils on the Mini are definitely larger. Got his frown there, the headlights connected to the grill, the sort of scoops down there. Moving on to the side, we've got the number 68 with this stripe, which is pretty weird. It doesn't go all the way across like it does on his normal diecast. Here you can see it goes all the way. Here it just goes a little bit of the way. And there's a far larger space, far larger green space between the two ends of that stripe. Definitely interesting. A lot of times they'll take a bit of creative liberty with the minis, you know, just to condense everything. HJ is a pretty severe case of that. He looks pretty different. Like, most of the minis are almost exact matches to their normal diecasts, except, you know, some of the writing is condensed. But HJ, that's a really odd choice, unless that's more interesting. Not more interesting, sorry, unless that's more accurate. It definitely is more interesting, but unless that's more accurate to the movie, which I'm not sure if it is. But this is the 2017 HJ, not the 2021 re-release, so I'm not sure. They might have gone and changed that in his newest re-release. If you guys have his 2021 version, let me know if that's something they changed. I know I've spent entirely too much time talking about that, but it's pretty interesting. Got the N2O Cola, 68, N2O written next to that. Of course, secondary sponsors, Piston Cup Combustor, Carbon Fiber, and Synergy. Nice Lightyear tires. H2O Cola written there on the back on the spoiler. There is his back, the 68, another N2O Cola logo, and his rookie stripes. There is a look at his other side. And there is the base. Now moving on to J.D. McPillar. Very nice. Another car who was re-released in 2021 and became quite a bit of a peg warmer despite being from that original Next Gen 4-pack. He is literally everywhere now. You can see he also is a bit of a different color from his normal diecast. I gotta say, I think I prefer the color on the Mini J.D. better. I like this darker, almost like shinier blue. Got the toe cap logo on him there. Very nice determined expression, pretty similar to his normal diecast, but a bit different. This one has one of the eyebrows a bit more raised. Always nice when they give the minis different expressions from the diecast. Sometimes they just give them the exact same face, but really like when they change them. It just makes the minis feel more unique and more different. Got the Piston Cup Combustor, Carbon Fiber, and Synergy logos. Number 4, Lightyear tires. Tires are pretty different, and they're sort of different in terms of color. Not really, but definitely more silver on the 155 scale than they are on the Mini. Got the number 4 up top on the roof. All of these nice sort of neon stripe details. Always reminded me of having like a sort of neon color scheme. Toe cap on the spoiler on the back. Spoiler is actually a completely different design than it is on his 155 scale car. The thing with the Minis is that they give all the next gens of each mold the same spoiler. Although all of the normal next gens actually have different types of spoilers, but here, for the Minis, they are all the same shape, which is definitely unfortunate. I don't know, this is really bothering me. The spoilers are very different from one another. The fact that they can't just change the spoiler is really upsetting. See the yellow on the side of the spoiler, toe cap logo there with the toe cap itself over the little stylized hitch. There is a look at the back, just the toe cap logo once again, alongside the number 4. There's his other side, and there is the base. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope to find some more Mini Racer singles soon. Out of these two, I definitely prefer JD. I think he looks really nice, but HJ is very nice as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know which of these two you prefer, and what minis you guys want to see made. I want to do a video on Mini Racers that should be made, so let me know. See you guys next time. Bye now.